Would you look at that? Uber stock jumps 18% today after releasing its earnings this morning. Would you take a look at that? 18%. Why did Uber jump 18%? Ladies and gentlemen, y'all already know I've been a pretty big fan of Uber now for a few years and talking about them. And I thought, what better way to do that than to see this type of information come out? So it's midday. I had to go ahead and do it and get this out to y'all for y'all to check out. So let's take a look. We're going to take a look at the earnings report and we'll be right back. But if y'all haven't done so already, y'all know what time it is. Please go ahead and make sure.
Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon, hit that like, comment, and share button.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and children of all ages, you are now tuned into the Investor Show. As always, this is your gracious host of Prince of Investing, Prince Dykes, coming to you guys and girls live all the way from that beautiful city and state of Denver, Colorado. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, comment, and share button. And as always, I don't have a lot of time, and I definitely know you guys and girls don't have a lot of time, so let's jump straight into it. This morning, a couple hours ago, Uber announces its second quarter 2022 earnings. The gross booking reached an all-time high. The gross booking reached an all-time high of $29 billion, up 33% year over year. They had a net loss of $2.6 billion with a 1.7 billion net headwind relationships to Uber to equity investments. The adjusted EBITDA is $364 million. Operating cash flow is $439 million. Free cash flow is $382 million, right? Here are their highlights, right? They got their gross booking went up, their revenue went up. Revenue grew by 105. The net losses to Uber Technologies Incorporated 2.6, which is included a 1.7 billion headwind pre-tax related to Uber equity investments, primarily due to aggravated unrealized losses related to reevaluations of Uber's Aurora Grab and Zomato stakes. Okay, I'm sorry about that, stakes. Additionally, net loss of $470 million in stock-based compensation. So their investments. So they're talking about the investments that they made. The adjusted EBITDA, it grew by $870 million year over year. The net cash provided by activities, $439 million. It went up to $780 million year over year. $780 million. All right, cool. So here we go. Let's see what they got to say here. From the CFO. Last quarter, I challenged our team to meet. They're trying to become profitable. Nobody's profitable. DoorDash, you're talking about DoorDash, Lyft, Grubhub, whatever. That's all the ones out there that are publicly traded. Nobody's profitable, right? So they're meeting our commitment, becoming profitable even faster than planned. Here we go. Last quarter, I challenged our team to meet our profitability commitments even faster than planned, and they delivered. This is what the CEO said. Importantly, they delivered balanced growth. Gross bookings are up 36% to 116 billion run rate. Adjusted EBITDA significantly above our guidance of 382 million in free cash flow. All our platforms that are larger than ever, with the number of customers earnings using Uber now both at an all-time high. So Uber, people that are working for Uber at an all-time high, and their customers at an all-time high. We became a free cash flow generator in quarter two. We've continued to scale our asset-light platform, asset-light platform, which is pretty much just an app, and we will continue to build on that momentum. This is what the CFO said. This is a mark of a new phase. Uber, self-funding future growth, disciplined capital allocation will maximize our long-term returns for our shareholders. Uber on at $20. When you look across that industry, they got Uber Eats. They can deliver you food. They can give you a ride. They can do freights. All three. Grubhub only does one. DoorDash only does one. Lyft only does one. Uber does all three. Uber is the dominant force to the space. Uber is sitting in the space. I don't know if it's going to be sitting by itself, but I think it's in the best position for a major buyout. Apple, Amazon, Facebook, Oh, Nana Powers. What's going on, Nana Power? Right? Nana Powers, haven't seen her in a minute. Nice to see you there. I think Nana Powers is out of Vegas, right? She said, I'm happy to see the jump. I've been holding for over a year. Uber to the moon. That's what I'm talking about. I wish I had my switchboard. I'm in my office right now. I'm not in my podcast room that I use to do my podcast. So I don't have my switchboard on me. But yes, Nana Powers, you've probably been watching and watching me do You've been probably watching me talk about Uber for the last 2 years. I always told people back in 2020, I'm just waiting on Uber to make me a genius. Because when I read this book called the little book that still beats the market, when you find value, you have to be ready to be wrong for 3 years, 4 years. Are you ready to be wrong on Uber for a year, 2, 3 years? I've been wrong on it. Supposedly, we had the pandemic drawdown, and this came back and this came back. But you're looking at it. When I look at that space, it's not that I think Uber's the best company in the world. When you look at that space, when you look at DoorDash, Grubhub, who else is out there? Lyft, and you got Uber. People call Lyft Uber. People call DoorDash Uber Eats. So I think Uber is going to dominate that space. They even call taxi Ubers, right? People, it's a noun now. It's all over the airports. You go to Vegas, and Vegas got a whole Uber ride lift sharing section. You only could get Ubers out of one place, so it's never going anywhere. So I'm glad to see this big jump today. Looking at their earnings, looking at their things go forward, 18% in one day. That is huge. Miss Beverly, how you doing, Miss Beverly? Thank you for tuning in too. She says, love Uber. Okay, yeah, we taking a ride on it. And when I very first got on this thing, it was unprofitable. It was just random idea. But I think Uber is in a perfect position to be brought out by Amazon, Google, or Apple. Imagine if you brought that out and if you brought this company and put electronic driving on it. Imagine, not electronic driving, automated driving. Tesla. That's why I said, Tesla, what are you doing? Don't buy no Twitter. Thank God they didn't. That would just crazy. Buy Uber, right? Or, I know Uber has a high valuation. That's one bad thing. But Uber, look at their adjusted EBITDA, right? If you can buy Uber for a fair price and you can put electronic vehicles on that is huge, right? Now Power, she said, yes, out of Vegas. She said, you got a good memory. Of course, I definitely remember. I think Miss Beverly's out of St. Louis, if I'm not mistaken. Good memory. And yes, I'm with you. Uber is a noun. I'm willing to wait it out. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I want to report that news to y'all. Go over that earnings report what they put out. I can go through some more of the numbers. We can do that. You can see the revenue. The revenue is growing, which you always want to see, that top line revenue growing. You can see the gross bookings. People are coming out of that pandemic. I always catch Ubers, right? I just left Texas. I caught a bunch of Ubers in Texas. I'm going to be traveling back to New York. When I go to New York, that's all I use is Uber. And they come in 2 seconds in New York. Man, they be on top of it. Look at that free, look at the mobile, 55% up. Looking at what they did mobile. Mobile is when they're giving people rides, right? Delivery, that's Uber Eats. Uber Eats is beating giving rides. Look at the freight. Look at this, 29. So I'm looking at that growth. And then I look at what Lyft is doing. Lyft is just a one-trick pony. That's why when the pandemic hit, Lyft almost went out of business. Uber expanded during the pandemic because of Uber Eats. They had multiple streams of income, right? I mean, DoorDash did well too. Grubhub did well too. But a lot of people didn't take rides when you had this pandemic drawdown. But everybody did Uber Eats. And then Uber is trying to get into marijuana. Uber is getting into alcohol. I mean, come on. So, one day imagine if you put in a self-driving vehicle to just drive people around. So, yeah, that's my take on it. Want to give y'all an update on it. Keep following me in for the long run. And Beverly said, yes. Yes, sir, St. Louis. Yep, there you go. I know it. So I got a pretty good memory. I remember everybody that comes in, no matter how long y'all will be gone and come back. Got a pretty good memory. So, yes. So I want to put that out for y'all. Good information. Congratulations to that nice little bump in your portfolio. And oh yeah, always, y'all know, in the description box, I'm doing a book drive. I've had a sponsor come in at the Contribute app. They are matching me up to $10,000. Every dollar you donate, they're going to match me up to $1. And we're going to give these books out to kids across the globe. So right now, please go ahead. If you haven't done so already, go down in that description box, check out that book drive and contribute 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. Help a brother out program. Let's show them that we are real and that if you like the books, you like the book series, go ahead and make a little donation. Well, until next video, podcast, cartoon, and whatever else crazy you see me do around the globe, y'all know my name is Prince Dykes. This is the Prince of Investment. Peace, be safe. I'm out, and thank you.